Everybody, it's Jess, your go-to YouTube dance commentator, and we have a comeback of GIRLSET, their track Chat. We have the music video and the choreography video. I believe Sienna is a part of the Sienna Lalau, because I believe I saw an excerpt of this dance on her Instagram, but I could be completely wrong. I'm excited nonetheless. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Too much, they tryna get me. Pipe down, the sitch getting sticky. Tell me how I live, so risky. Tell me if I left the chat, would you miss me?
Oh.
Wagwan, pretty kitty. Oh, how she got the spot so litty. It's on me, do you hear me? You and I were not the same. Can you feel me? When I'm in the chat. My pretty girl when I'm in the chat.
That is in.
Bad girl, when I come through, them bitches getting yappy. Bad girl, when they come through, they steady talking cappy. Curiosity will kill the kitty. Easy. Only room for four up in the photo. You can't sit here. Tell me, do you hear me? You and I, we not the same. Can you feel me? Hey, when I'm in the
Chat. And there's a whole chat right here. Ooh, love that.
Wait, you guys can see me, right? Like, we're back? Yes, right. We were watching the chat music video. Let me play that again.
Oh, that guy in the back. Oh man, interesting. As you can tell, that was a lot to take in, but in a different way than, you know, with certain saturations of like things being thrown in your face. This had a chaoticness to it, but I think part of it was like understanding, is this actually burned in the music video, or if it's something, can you like, it's in the music video, which was really interesting how they replicated that. I don't know, like, I really appreciate this because it's kind of culturally relevant to our day and age of social media, right? Like when you're on Twitch, right? I don't have a Twitch yet. I have a feeling I may have to get one at a certain point, especially if I want to potentially open up live stream reviews for people. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But because YouTube can be pretty restricting. This is so fascinating. Like I'm like really impressed at this just because of just how, for the, like, with the chat going from this type of spot, she's like, oh, you were like right in the middle of watching, and then this guy comes in, and then all the walls go down, and it's crazy work. Wow. Okay, gotta settle down. Choreo videos right here. The swiping makes sense.
trying to get me. Pipe down, this bitch getting sticky. Tell me how I live, so risky. Tell me if I left the chat, would you miss me?
Yeah. That was syncopated. Hey! Yeah! Hype him up. Let's go! She said flick it. Nice. Love how low we went. Yeah. Chat. Chat. Okay. Okay, okay. I did have a thought, because you guys know whenever we watch music videos, sometimes we get JYPoppy shows up. How much would it have been to see JYP fall through the ceiling in that music video? I think would have been really funny. But we're here to talk about the dance. It's syncopated. It's a vibe. It's very Sienna coded. A lot of her works that we've been seeing with this type of intensity and syncopation work and the usage of the body and the structure of it is it's very trendy in the sense of it's sought after, which is why we're seeing her be booked and blessed as much as we are. I really respect her and her vision and just the interactions I've had with her over the years have been nothing. I have nothing but respect for her. So I love giving her a shout out, especially when it's good work, which she hits more than she misses tenfold. So here we go. So we start with a little percussion tap to get us counted in. I like that we have the swiping action with the head. It's syncopated to go right there on the vocals. They said, hello, we're here. Good to see you. Then the dancers all hide and then drop down a level to have a really nice conversational moment with a drop down. Not really like a drop down in our weight, but more of an isolation controlled, hey, I'm here. I can do even less than what I'm doing now. You're going to see me anyway. Love the framing of that. And then we end up bringing it in, pipe down. They drop down. The hop is fun. Then they end up crossing. Then they end up accenting with the legs out. Then they press up to more of that tabletop position. Now we have a group of four, our 4 members here. I like the look at us with the hinge happening or the movement happening with the hips on that. The rotation is cool. Then we go head ISO, ties back into her very first feature of tension by herself. So they go down, they have a little bow, and then they swipe it around to get us facing the back. I love how we're complementing their hips on the ground to her hips in her feature with a drop down. I like the head to syncopate, so that is basically going on the offbeat, so not on the basic tempo that exists within the track. We call that the heartbeat, or if you were to count this in eights, that would be your tempo, right? Pocket 3 if you wanted to get more specific. So I like the drop down is fun. So we're syncopating even there. We go boom, doom, 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 doom with the booty pops. Come on. Really cool. And then we have this every other in the columns. I like that. Provides some depth to the space. Then we come back up, and then I like the rotation with the chest and the hips on same with the knock on the knee to create tension. Then she goes, hey, 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 when I'm in the track. So I like her arm going up. So it's a really nice way for us to see her as our feature going into that. Then you have the track. And so notice that we are keeping the hip section, regardless of where our weight is being transitioned. We have that constant. Really nice. And I like the track. And we rotate with the switch. And then we have the arms fold up. The hop hops around into a cannon. It looks like a call and response between our members and our dancers, meaning that our members are establishing what they want to do on the track. And then you have the dancers respond to that, right? So they drop. So they go, track. It's the echo that you hear. Track, the track. So our tones, our vocals are not getting neglected, whether you are the main vocal or if you are the echo secondary. It's cool. And then we have that nice cheer punch accent on is cool. And then I like that I went from one group to another, but we have everybody still contributing, at least in that pulse being maintained in our movement, right? Then they pull it forward. They're including us in that little swipe. Okay. There's that pretty girls, and then we turn with a rotation. I will tell you, on most social media spaces, what do? You scroll, right? Whether it's TikTok or it's an Instagram or YouTube, like the shorts are what most people are going to be watching because it calibrates. We are calibrated to that kind of attention span. So this is a very normalized action now, especially in our day and age with the kind of social media that we're consuming. So having that absolutely checks out to the look of this respective choreography in this dance. Like the concept itself, that is probably one of the best things you could do to really justify it, right? So they bring it down, they come back up in the traces. So the pulls are really nice. I like the talking with that pulse on it. And then we end up doing these points, which is also nice. Come on, with the shoulders of the chest, and then we send it, rotate it around with the head. We do a brush through the hair, and then we end up elevating that in density. I like the lean on the back, yes. When I come through, what is she doing? She's going through some legs. Girl! Love that. That was a really nice way to say, I'm not going to walk straight. I'm going to crawl underneath because I have free will to exercise. Yes. So from here, that's actually really tricky to do and not feel awkward. So it's kind of fun. There's a ha ha ha. Because it's not a vibration. It's more like a jolt, jerk, glitch effect. So it's fun. I like the, yeah, hey. So that was cool. They all drop down. So she comes up. She says, when I come through, we have the hips on it. So it says talking. And then we have these arms, nice and full and filled out with our fingers. I thought that was really nice. And then they move through the space. I like the trace out of it. They turn, fold it in. I like the arms. This push and pull happening on that is also really nice. And then they hit it up, looking to us. I like the hip accent with the balance, walking with intention and purpose from the rest of our members. So we clock them with her, which is nice. Then I like this little pick me up with the lower body there. Then they have this little combative moment with the dancer who had that little moment, feature moment. Then we have the column with us, them looking at us, which is cool. And then she says, come on, what you want? The points are nice. Crossing it, and then that same, so they lean away. Hey, the pass offs of energy. I like how, interactive it is between our members and our dancers. It's not so isolated where you could tell they learned it separately. Nah, it looks enmeshed, meaning that it was a group effort. It was collaborative, where you have your members and the members were interacting with the dancers to create these really cool choices. It's something that I really like about SB19's work, is that exact reason of it's really hard to separate the members from the dancers because of how the composition was made. Like a lot of times you can tell the difference between the dancers learned it, they came in on rehearsal day, we spent a rehearsal, and then we went and shot it. This one, if they did that, I would be surprised that they didn't spend more time because of how invested some of our shots are, right? Like where we're looking, the pass-offs are cool. Like this is really fun, but notice that we don't stay separated like this all the time, right? And the chat, pulling it around, and they rock it. That chat. So yes, you have your members in center. Then you have that pretty girls. They send it around with the heel. Heel is nice. They rotate it through. I would say Sienna did very well in her team on making the composition complementary, where, you know, to my point that I said, this case in particular, you can see where, okay, our members had a separate rehearsal, of course, learning their part, and then the dancers had a separate rehearsal for their part. That's actually more efficient that way. But there are moments where they're so enmeshed in a formation, like the whole crawling through the legs moment. That's a really hard thing to formulate without everybody there, right? So you'd have to have skeleton fill-ins for that, essentially, to do it. But I think this one's really fun. I like the arms going up with the dancers. So all that to say, even if it is the case of we had it separated in our rehearsals, except for a couple of cases, I'd say they supplemented it very well to where it doesn't come across that way, which I really like. And then they bleed it up with the turn. Arms go low high. They syncopate it with the hips again. They treat it more like a polyrhythm through delegation, meaning that we are covering all the parts of our track, all the parts of our music, without having to sacrifice complexity. Right? Like they're choosing to supplement, instead of putting all responsibility on the dancers or the members, you have it separated, is kind of my point, which is what I really like. I like the melts, the taps are really nice on that too. And they say, come here, they knock it up with the knees, so we end up sending it down. I like the group of four. You see what I mean? Like this instance here is really nice. It's enmeshed. We walk away. I like my grouping in the back. Drop the levels. Interaction time, baby. Ooh, nice. I like that with the brush away. Dancers are there. We toss it down. So much going on. I love it with the arm toss up going to an inverted V. She says we're here. Come on, high note. Let's go. When I'm in the chat, it's the same choreo. There's that chat like we did in the first course. And then we tap it and we flick it. Below that pretty girl, we cross it, drop, drop. And I like on the chat with the pass off. And then we have that over where we have two members over on that stage right side and then one member on the stage left with your feature in center. I really like the choice where it's interactive of the pass off and the dancers are really enhancing it through quantity and projection. It's nice. We have the trace through. They move out of that. Really nice. And you have that chat with this pony ISO, meaning no, it's more ball change happening with the lower body. And then we isolate it in the upper body is cool. And we march with the head. Yep. And then we knock with the ISO, and then you have the hips is fun. Different arms with the same lower body. I love it every single time, especially when you have your dancers have higher arms compared to your members. It allows for us to be able to see more options. There's more complexity to the visual compared to just doing the same thing. We're always enhancing that. And I think that's what I like about this dance in general, is that when it's unison, it's unified, but it's not heavily in unison, even though if you're just one arm different from everybody looking the same. So I really like those details that we're seeing between the dancers and the members, but it's still complementary, right? Like this case here, it's really nice with a look back, and they create a nice rotation around, and they look at us, arms go up, and then we frame it out. So that was a unison section. And then now it's a pass off where you have your feature go, and then everybody else joins in on like the hips. They hit it to the outside. Look at this unified drive to the finish line. Then they all drop down, and then they have their moment in center as a group. We hop it, really nice. The tosses are nice, and then they bring it in. They end up knocking high, and then we end up hitting it in, and then we have a nice reverb to finish it out. This is so nice. I like it. It's and what's interesting is that, you know, Sienna choreographs for XG, choreographs for GIRLSET, also with Nona, and I'm just curious if we're in a position where if we meet in the near future, I would 1,000% ask her, what is a component whenever you're choreographing for a group like GIRLSET and then choreographing for a group like Nona, and their discographies are different. And I'm assuming that's probably tailored to the answer. Compared to XG, what is something that works whenever you're dealing with dancers and those respective members? What kind of responsibility do they want to have in their dance in the way of how how much of the dance is going to be reliant upon the members, or how much is it going to be pressed into the dancers? Because sometimes, depending on a comeback, it may need to be the members don't need to do as much, because if you're putting in the grand scheme of things in a concert set list, not every single track needs to be solely responsible on the members to execute. They should be able to, delegate at times, or not even need a lot of movement, and the dancers take that responsibility for the sake of longevity in a concert space. And I know Sienna is diving into a lot of the realm of doing the performance direction for concerts, for tours. I know she did that with Blackpink with her sister. So all that to say, it's just really nice to kind of think about those types of questions. If we were, to ask those who are invested in multiple groups that have a really fun, trendy movement quality, and part of it comes from the fingerprints of the choreographer, how would that, work in configure? And if somebody had asked her this question already and she's answered it, and you guys have a clip of it, send it my way, and I'd love to see it for reference. But yeah, you guys know me, I know you, I'm Jess. Any girl set that I've reviewed should be on YouTube, but if not, just check out Patreon. You never know, sometimes people Patreon request stuff for me and it doesn't make its way onto YouTube. I have hundreds of free videos that are not on YouTube, and I have thousands of videos that you can go and binge away to your heart's content if GIRLSET is if you're a multi-stan and GIRLSET is one of many groups that you enjoy that I may have covered other groups on. I'm Jess, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye!